All right, Victor Santa Cruz, week one press conference of the 2015 season. I guess just start us off with a real quick summary of how camp went. What were some of your key takeaways from fall camp?
Camp was outstanding. I think a lot of hard work, got some really good heat, so I felt like that was a real benefit for us as they're building a team. It helped us create a little bit more of a stressful environment when it comes to camp. But in all that, it was outstanding because the team starts to come together. Personalities begin to gel. They begin to obviously take on the systematic information and they take it into their neuromuscular system and start to play it out. However, the big thing I look at overall as a program is, are they becoming a team throughout the whole thing? And so I thought we did a very good job of that. I'm excited to see some newcomers really show up in camp, that they prepared well in the off season, and they had a great camp. And so there's going to be some new faces out there that we're looking forward to playing and making this next season a pretty exciting one.
Coach, talk about a little bit what you've been able to accomplish the last couple of years and how this group kind of carries that with them to want to continue the tradition.
Yeah, well, I think you look at all of it. You're not playing against a ghost. You're not playing against this. Oh no, it's the tradition of what's going to happen. Now, tradition is outstanding for laying cultural norms and cultural expectations. The people that have gone before you, and we've got a tremendous history of football alums that have come through, and we're very proud of that. Yet in every year, what helps make our team successful is we focus on the building blocks of what is success, what is the process, what is the core values, how does a player uniquely fit into our system, and how is that player uniquely gifted in personality, in athleticism, and also in learning styles. And so we put a lot into those fundamental pieces throughout the camp. And so when you go into the year, you love the fact that you have all of the success prior to going into it. However, that success has come because we've just built on the fundamental building blocks of what does success come from, what is process. And so this camp, I've never felt, and nor has our team felt like, oh man, we got to live up to expectations. It's been more just a feeling of we're hungry to do more. We're hungry to play the game. We're hungry to be about the process of all that. And so college football is exciting. College football is one of the best games in the entire planet, and we get to be a part of it. So I think that's where our real energy and motivation comes from as we look forward to this year.
Now, I talked to you on the first day of camp and about the running back situation, and you were saying probably a committee. Do you know of who that committee might exist of right now?
Right. Well, you're looking at the top two right now. You have Ryan Adams, senior leader, outstanding runner. He's got 4.4 speed. He's a powerful runner. Then you have Kurt Scobie, who is transferring in from Fresno State. We think it gives us a great combination of power and really suddenness with his ability to do it. And then after that, we do have some more committee members that could see the playing time there. Sammy Fanua is a great junior college transfer that we feel like he's a steady runner and he's a solid guy that's very capable of taking a lot of carries and being very productive with those. But in that you look at what our offense is now going to be evolving to as a Chad Jeffries comes into the picture, and he's now much more mature. He's got a second year under his belt with our system, and you can tell through camp is that really he's got a really good handle on the system. His decisions are being quicker, being more efficient with the throws, and I think he's really providing some real leadership. And then right behind him is an Andrew Elfers, who he continues to progress all the time too. So he got a great 1-2 punch even in the quarterback. So with that, we're so proud of the history of running backs that we have had here, but we're really enthusiastic of what this next offense looks like.
I want to talk a little about your first opponent this week. Obviously, a very strong, another school with a strong tradition and a very, very good football team. Just what are your thoughts on playing them? Well,
we have so much respect for West Texas. They are an outstanding football program. They are a perennial powerhouse when it comes to Division II football. They historically are just very athletic, very big, strong. A lot of transfers come in there, and they've got 2 transfers from Florida. They've got Iowa State transfer coming in. They've got USC transfers. So, they're not lacking athleticism or physicality, and so Coach Nesbitt is, he's a solid coach over there. We have a tremendous respect for. So we know that game one, man, this is everything you could ask for in college football. We got our hands full, and we're just excited to get back on the field and get the season kicked off.
And so I would think it's better if you have to play a Thursday game. It's probably better to play the opener than anything, because you have the time to prepare, I guess.
Well, I do. I like Thursday game, and I think it's it gives you a chance, to just get there quicker. You've been hitting each other in camp for so long. Just a few days sooner to just to play the game. You actually have some real, hey, this is why we're practicing kind of moments. So that also gives you a chance to come back from a trip, recover, get ready for a very challenging week 2, which we can't wait to see all of our fans come out, and we know the stadium's going to be packed and really rocking. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well on the game in game 2. So yeah, Thursday game is beneficial. I think for us, just a chance to let's just get on the field.
And then just defensively, at least from what I've observed, they're enthusiastic, they're young, they're very hungry. Where would you put this defense compared to last year that came in and did so well against Grand Valley State in the opener?
Oh gosh, the end of the season analysis will be able to help me decide that one. One thing I do love, there's great leadership. Eric Manning and Talaito Lasesi, he's a great leader. So we've got Salmon Fleming who's stepping in there, great leaders. So we've got a very enthusiastic group, and we're still young. I mean, last year we were young, we're still young, and that's why I love that about these guys is that they're fast, athletic. They can run the football, and they love the game. They love playing defense, really the core of what defense is. So that to me, just as a coach who comes from more of a defensive lineage, is that you get real enthusiastic for that, and just going to work every day with these guys, man, they're eager. They can't wait to play the game and just learn and grow as a defense. So we have a lot of depth on defense. I think there's new youth coming in, with the new additions of some transfers, really gels well with what we have returning to provide us the great kind of depth on defense, to play a lot of the tempo offenses, to roll in some D lines, and to stay fresh for 4 quarters. As we look at our travel situation and, where you go throughout the country, you've really got to, my opinion is just that you've got to have a fresh D-line to keep it rolling throughout a whole game. So that with what we have right now, I'm really excited about that.
And then switching over to offense last year, it was a pretty run-heavy offense, and
yeah, obviously.
for good reason. Terrell's showing it in the preseason right now in the NFL. But what do you expect this offense to look like based on, or I guess, what do you see as being the strengths of this year's offense?
Well, I go back to, this is the first time in a while since John Vanderrod that we have a real veteran returning quarterback who is able to be a full package guy. Chad can hurt you with his legs. He can throw all the passes. And he has the leadership, and now he has a great handle of the offense. So, looking at that, you're thinking, okay, this right, that alone is going to give you the keys to open up some new doors in our offense that we hadn't been able to do in the past. Thankfully, Terrell Watson gave us an amazing offense, and also with the Cody Clay type of the whole line. So with that, we see there's a brand new evolution with our offense, and it's exciting. I think the great coaches and coaching staffs always figure out what do you have, what are your new strengths, and just continue to move and evolve along with that. So we're not too stubborn here to say let's just keep doing the same playbook because it worked last year. For us, it was like, no, we've been working on since January. Hey, here is this new evolution of our offense. Here's this new where we're going with it all. So, anything, defensively, special teams, we always do that every evaluation. So there's always new wrinkles of things we want to do. But I think particularly with offense, because of the tremendous person and player that Terrell was, you can't really replace him. So you say, okay, what do we have? And let's evolve somewhere else with that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And then just my last question. You've been to West Texas A&M before. What's unique about playing a road game there?
Well, the stadium's great, and the fan base is great. I've really, I was really when we played there last time, I was like, man, that's what a great environment to play college football. The fans are outstanding, and when you're thinking about when you take a field, you want to be able to feel like there's some significance to your game. And I think at West Texas, it gives you a great college environment. So we know it's going to be a hard-fought battle. It's going to be a heavyweight fight coming out. Those guys are good. And we've got, like I said, we've got more than enough to chew on because they're athletic, they're big, and and it's a good hostile environment. But we actually, we think it's great because it's why you want to play the game.
Coach, has your approach changed at all? Do you feel like there's a little bit more of a bullseye on this program? Nationally ranked for 2 straight years in preseason. Now you're the preseason conference favorite. Yeah. Do you feel like it's a bullseye? Is that a challenge to your coaching staff, or how do the players take all that quote-unquote pressure, if you will?
It's more of we're on course. I think that's how you look at it. I think there's a maturity of the team now. You set these expectations and these goals to say, hey, we want to be a nationally dominant program. So this comes with the territory. So for us, it's like, good. It's a marker of, okay, we're evolving as a program. This is the conversation we want to be in. But you don't look at that as, hey, oh, no, now there's pressure. There's, if you have that goal to be number one, then you're going to be on people's radar. It's the Cinderella story is a little bit rare. So we don't want to be a Cinderella. We want to be, there. Hey, every year we're in the ball. Every year we're there. So those type of ratings, those type of polls that come out, they're great, and we welcome them, and that's outstanding. But it's part of the conversation that we want to be in. Like I said in the past, those things don't win games for you, and so we continue to say, hey, there's going to be more of that, and we expect more of that, but it's because of what we're going to do on the football field.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you very much.